go on and on. 10,000. I'm done. I'm just kidding. How y'all feeling tonight? Listen. I'm in a mood, right? I'm in a mood right now, and that mood is fired up. Welcome back to Sideline. The Sideline. This is our Super Bowl tailgate. We could have visitors all night. There might be Will.i.ams. There might be Brandon Bozaks. There might be people that join us all night. The tailgate is open. Carousel, tag followers, hang out with us. It's a Super Bowl tailgate. So doing the normal thing where I introduce everybody and talk about everything. We go over the news. We ain't gonna do that this week. We're gonna be adults talking football. Anybody ask questions about the Super Bowl, we'll talk about the breakdown. We'll give our score predictions. We're gonna have some fun tonight, boys. That's what we're gonna do. So top left, all the way down, go in order. Tell us who you are and who you're rooting for in the Super Bowl. You ain't gotta give your score prediction. Just tell us who you're rooting for. Who do you want to win?
Okay. Kicking it off like that. I mean, y'all know who I am, you know. Catch me chomping at the bit, Turkey Sports Network. Kyle, resident Ravens hater, Patriots fan, y'all know. And look, I've been going back and forth with this. I find it hard to bet against the Chiefs. Like they've reached
I
that.
I didn't say who you're picking. I said who you're rooting for. God damn it.
I mean, I'm just laying the groundwork. Playing the seeds. I think I am rooting for the Eagles in this one.
Good.
It is not. It's not. I'm not one of those. But it's like I'm not one of those who's like tired of the Chiefs' dominance. Like I honestly don't care. Like I like seeing good teams do their thing. I just
shocker the Patriots fan says that.
I mean, look, Chiefs fans and Patriots fans, we reached the level like we're here. We understand what's going on. So I fully respect what they've done, but I'm rooting for the Eagles this Sunday.
I know why you're rooting for the Eagles. I know exactly why you're rooting for the Eagles.
And
you don't want anybody to touch that Patriots dynasty.
That's not even why.
Bro, I'm just talking shit, man.
But I mean, to a lot of people, they are doing it for that reason. I'm not one of them.
What's up, Brett?
Hey, how's it going? This week, I've gone back and forth. I think I would definitely love to see an Eagles win, so I'll be pulling for them. I just think, I just think Saquon deserves one for sure, so I'm going to be pulling for the Eagles.
Go ahead, jerk.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you all know me. My name is Chase, CR Media. This week has been fun. It's become a tradition here in Kansas City, and I get it. Hey, for as much as I would, I've met these gentlemen through doing this. I live in Kansas City. Lived in Kansas City most of my life, minus 4 years. These gentlemen who I've met, are great guys, especially the two below me, Godfrey and NFL Gene. And for as much as I want to be like, guys, I want the Eagles to win just so you guys can have happiness, it's not going to work out that way. A wise American philosopher by the name of Phil Brooks, you guys may know him as CM Punk, once said that your arms are just too short to box with God. And that's what it is. So,
I love that you called him a philosopher.
Yeah. The final score, 42-35, Kansas City.
Well, hopefully we the Chiefs going to throw him over the top rope, just like CM Punk did this past Royal Rumble. So I'm just, flip him over. Who did he get eliminated by? Logan Paul?
He did.
Man. Did they?
What a great Royal Rumble too, by the way.
Bro,
that was the best I've seen in years.
It was the best Royal Rumble I've ever seen in my life.
It was fantastic.
I don't think it's recency bias either. But from the moment, and I know it's a football show, we'll get right back to football. But from the moment when they had CM Punk, John Cena, and Roman Reigns all staring at each other in the ring, and then all you heard was "Burn It Down," and Seth Rollins came out, and like you've seen four of the greatest superstars in the history of WWE, and they all start going at it. It was incredible. I got to get off that.
I want to see a John Cena heel turn for his last run. I think it's brewing. Anyway, that's all.
I think it's terrible.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, you're up, Godfrey. Take it in.
Oh, I mean, do you see my hat? You see my hat?
Help us understand. What hat do you have on?
The Philadelphia Eagles. This hat is a noggin boss, and they're gonna noggin boss their way to this game. I'm rooting for the Eagles to win. Obviously, I did not struggle as Chase did. I've dreamed about giving this prediction, and it is coming to fruition right now. I'm rooting for the Eagles. Hell yeah, I have to. Just have to. With this hat,
guys, I don't think this is going to be any surprise to anyone. I've been rocking my Saquon jersey the last few weeks. I'll be rooting for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be anything different, right? I know how much I care about this game. I know how much it affects me. I know it irrationally affects me. It's one of those things that, like, it's not an irrational way to think of things. I am not normal come Super Bowl Sunday. I'm telling you right now, my stomach's had bubble guts now for 3 days. That's how much it affects me. It's in my gut. It's in my soul. Yeah, I'm rooting for the Eagles, obviously. Listen, guys, start the Super Bowl conversation off. I got something to bring for you real quick.
Yeah, I want to talk about how Guardy 3 is looking like Animal from the Road Warriors over here for a little bit. He's got the mohawk or the faux hawk going in the middle. He's got the stash going on. You know what I think Legion of Doom's about to come back.
Listen, I always thought I'd look good with a little mohawk in the middle. I actually do have, hair, but I thought it was a good look.
Brought out the spiked football pads. What a rush.
I'm cheating this week, baby. Y'all ain't rooting for me. Root for me and my dad. This is earned.
I'm sold.
You can sit right here, right in front of me. So look, game's gonna be fun. It'll be an interesting game. I've given my score prediction now on 2 different shows. So what I want to do is I want to start by giving my score prediction and then let the debate begin, right? And listen, I'll tell you, it might be a homer prediction. It might be. But these guys have sat on this show with me for week after week after week. I've picked against the Eagles more times. I've probably picked against them to lose more times than they lost this year. Right? I picked them to lose I'm a realistic Eagles fan. I understand. Listen, after week 1, what I tell you, Brett, I think Jordan Love's a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. Did I not say that?
You did.
Okay. I'm an honest Eagles fan. Did I tell you I was scared of the Buccaneers? Petrified. I made a TikTok saying I was scared of the Buccaneers. I don't fear this Kansas City Chiefs team. I don't. And I've made this prediction on multiple shows, and I'll start it here. I think the Philadelphia Eagles dominate the line of scrimmage. There's no paint grass that we're playing on this time. They're playing on artificial turf. And our defensive line is going to wreck the Kansas City Chiefs offensive line. Joe Thuney, one of the best offensive linemen in football, had to transition to tackle because of the issues they're having at tackle. Do you know why he's a great guard? Do you know why he's a Hall of Fame guard? Because he's not a tackle. Now, he's played good tackle, but not versus Nolan Smith and Josh Sweat. And what happens
when
the
Chiefs play?
Hold on. What happens when you move a Hall of Fame guard to tackle? You got a little bit of issue. What? What'd you say?
The Chiefs still win?
Nope. You have to put a backup in a position that he was playing at. You have to put a backup at guard. And who's the best defensive player on the football field Sunday? Jalen Carter.
Chris Jones?
Jalen Carter.
This is wild. We're not going to last the whole show. There's no way. There's no way we're going to last the whole show. You know the Chiefs played on that same artificial turf that y'all were sliding on in that Super Bowl.
38-35. A lot of people slid on that turf.
Yeah. The Chiefs played on the same turf. No complaints about sliding. No. I guess that wasn't thrown in when the Chiefs when the refs got Bradbury that pass interference call. I guess that wasn't like thrown in there.
It's listed as one of the worst 5 calls in the history of the Super Bowl. It is. That's where it's listed. I'm not making this shit up.
This is wild.
That's all right. We're going to be wild. We're going to be wild tonight.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles are going to win this football game 29-13. It's not going to be close. 29-13.
I got to get the fuck out of here. This is insane.
I mean, you can do what you want. We can have a fun debate and talk about it or not.
Absolutely insane. The Chiefs have won all their games by one score.
Yep.
Every single
And
game?
other than the last game where they pulled out their defenders, or they pulled out their starters. Sorry.
This game of the season.
How bad did they lose the other game?
They lost by 9 points to the
Buffalo.
Yeah.
To the Buffalo Bills.
Yep.
And you think they're going to lose 30-13?
29-13.
29-13.
Yes.
Outrageous. Outrageous.
2 scores. Same thing it was in Buffalo.
Outrageous. All right.
I mean, look, if that score happens, I would be thoroughly shocked. And I have the Eagles winning. I have it like 26-23. I can't go 29.
I'll put it to you this way. In order to beat the champion, you got to knock them out, Kyle.
That's
You
true.
can't let it go to the scorecards. If you let it go to the scorecards, what's going to happen? Flag on the play. 15-yard penalty for sniffing Patrick Mahomes. Nah, bro.
Right.
You got to knock him the fuck out.
I get that, but I can't see this Chiefs team losing like that in a game this big. Like, for that to happen, like Mahomes would probably have to throw like 3 picks. You know, the defense would have to be undisciplined and just letting guys run free. I can't see any of that happening. That's crazy to me. I mean, if that happens, look, I will be the first one to give you credit for calling that score.
Wait till you hear my prediction.
Oh, I mean, you might as well go at this point, Godfrey, since you teased it. Like,
Just gave it on Birds Deep.
I'm gonna go 38-20 Eagles, and my reasoning is, they're gonna score more than 13 points. I think that the Chiefs have weathered the storm this year pretty well, really well. Pacheco injury, they've weathered that. Rashee Rice injury, they've weathered that. They've weathered the switches on the offensive line. They've done a real good job of doing that. But I think this is where the rubber meets the road. I think we're going to be able to limit Kelsey. I think that Patrick Mahomes is going to be Patrick Mahomes. However, I'm looking for them to have an impact on the offensive line that's patchwork, like the offensive line was patchwork against the Buccaneers. And they scored 9 points. I don't think they're going to hold him to 9 points, but I think he's going to be forced into passing situations. Therefore, they're not going to score as much because they're going to be down by a certain point where they have to go for a touchdown. I don't know if this Chiefs team has that second gear for the touchdown like they did. Xavier Worthy is a dangerous person, but I don't see the rookie doing it. And I think history is on the Eagles side. Nobody's ever three-peated, and that's for a reason. So,
by the way, that Buccaneers game, it's not even comparable. The Buccaneers game, the Chiefs were down to their 5th string. They were signing people from the practice squad.
that's why I gave them 20 points.
There wasn't backups. There wasn't 3rd strings. We were talking 5th strings. We are talking guys.
They were banged up. They were very banged
Patrick
up.
Mahomes ran for 500 yards in that game.
He did.
He was all over the place.
500 yards he ran. That is not going to happen at all. Not going to happen.
I got a stat for you, Chase, and I want to hear your reaction to it because I don't think you've heard it yet. I'm sure everyone's heard the Vic Fangio is 0-8 versus Patrick Mahomes stat. We all heard that. It's been on ESPN. Do you know the stat that I find very interesting? The Philadelphia Eagles have played 5 games on turf this year. They've allowed 11.3 points per game in games they play on turf. Turf normally plays to defenses that play fast. The Eagles have one of the fastest defenses in football. That's, if you want to comparatively speak, that is 6 points better than this number 2 team has allowed on turf. 17.6 points allowed on turf for number 2 rated defense on turf. The Philadelphia Eagles, 11.3 points per game on turf. They're 5-0. I'm telling you right now that defense is going to dominate because as good as Andy Reid is and as good as Patrick Mahomes is, there's nobody else on that football field. When you line up that defense versus the Eagles defense versus that Chiefs offense, that you would take the one-on-one matchup for the Chiefs player versus the Eagles player. Not one player on. I'm serious. You line up Darius Slay versus DeAndre Hopkins. You're taking Darius Slay. You're not. DeAndre Hopkins is a shell of himself. Marquise Hollywood Brown versus Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell should be the defensive rookie of the year. He's one of the best corners in football. Cooper DeJean versus Xavier Worthy. Xavier Worthy's a good rookie. Cooper DeJean's better. And I'm taking Chauncey Gardner-Johnson lining up versus Travis Kelce. We all watched what happened to the Chiefs last week versus Buffalo, a week and a half ago versus Buffalo. Travis Kelce is aged, bro. He is aged. And then we all watched what happened last Super Bowl before Drake Greenlaw got injured. He was in a blender. The Philadelphia Eagles defense can play man coverage, and their defensive line can get pressure on the quarterback without having the blitz. The Eagles defense is going to dominate this football game. Chase, I'll make a bet with you, right? Let's make a fun bet. Swear to God, fun bet. We won't cash in for a week or 2 weeks after the Super Bowl, so it gives us time to die down. All right? Is that fair?
Yeah,
you figure it out? And both of us probably won't win the bet. It'll probably be a bet that neither one of us win. If the Chiefs score 42 points, like you predicted, I will shave my eyebrows. If the Philadelphia Eagles win by 15 or more points, you have to shave your head.
Like how shaved?
Just
like Guardy shaved? I'll do Guardy. I'll do Guardy shaved.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I'll do Guard. I'll rock Guardy's haircut.
Yeah, Guardy shaved. And if the Eagles allow 42 points, I'll shave my eyebrows.
Cool.
I mean, me shave my head doesn't do anything for you guys. I do that every week anyway. I figured I'd come with something fun, right? That's fun. That's a fun debate, right? Now, I'm going to ask Brett and Kyle this just because fun shit sports talk.
He has to shave his head if what happens again?
If Eagles win by 15 or more points.
Man, I'm just, how can both things happen?
Man. You just can't. 59, 42. I don't know how that happens.
Man.
It's a humiliation ritual. Yes, it is. I like it. Look, all right. So now I'm going to ask Kyle and Guardy 3, what is more likely to happen in this football game? The Eagles to win the game by 15 plus points. Now, it could be funny. The Eagles could be up 8. They could throw a pick 6. They could score a touchdown at the end of the game and win by 15. And I win the bet. Or the Chiefs score 42 versus the number 1 defense in football. What do you think is more likely to happen? Kyle, I'll start with you. Guardy 3 goes second.
That is, I guess only because I can't see the Eagles winning by 15. I guess it'd be the 42. I mean, I don't feel good about that either.
Well, I mean, both of them, if you bet them, you're getting tough money on. For no one, like, you bet the over 41.5 for Chiefs points, you're winning money. And if you bet the Eagles minus 15.5, you're winning money.
Yeah, so, yeah, I guess I got to go with the Chiefs in the 42.
Guardy 3.
You know what? I'm going to say that the 15 points would be more likely. I don't think either team's come anywhere near 40. So I'm going to go with the 15-point win.
Okay. And I'm not going to ask Chase or Godfrey because we know where they're going to land on this scale, right? That's fun, right? And look, at the end of the day, me and Chase, I love Chase. I'm just be very clear when I say this. I understand he's a Chiefs fan. I understand he's pulling for the Chiefs. He lives in Kansas City. He's a great guy. He's awesome to talk sports with. I'm telling you right now, I'm blocking him on Facebook the morning of the Super Bowl, regardless of what happens. Because I don't want to, listen, it'll be for a week. It might be for 4 days. I don't know. But I don't know how to handle it. I won't know how to handle losing the Super Bowl.
Chase, I won't block you. Don't worry, buddy.
I will for like 4 days. Nothing crazy. I'm not going to go nuts. I love the guy, but I cannot. I don't want to say it. I don't want. And look, if you're a person listening to the show and you message me and you go through the Super Bowl, and you message me after the Super Bowl, I am not responsible for what I say to you. I'm be very clear. I'm not responsible for what I say to you. I am off the chain. It bothers me that much. If you guys don't know how serious I take it, my dad's buried in a fucking Eagles urn. If you didn't see that.
Yeah. I respect it.
You have a different. All my dads are in. I put a Bernie Sanders sticker, and he was a hardcore conservative. So I mean, that's.
What the hell is the matter with you?
So I'm a little bit different. Chase is done.
I can't. That was one of
My bad, guys. I'm sorry. That took me out. I was waiting for something sweet. You know, something sweet.
I have a weird sense of humor. You know what I mean?
And then I was waiting for Godfrey to be like, my dad was a huge Bernie Sanders fan. Nope, he said my dad was so.
Nah, man, Rush Limbaugh on that radio every day.
Yeah, that took me out. I'm sorry, guys.
You're all fine. This is the Eagles Chiefs Super Bowl tailgate. I do want to share a video. I don't know if I can get this video up. It was, hold on. Let me just see if I can get it. Y'all talk, have some fun. I want to see if I can share this video. Somebody bring a topic. Have fun. It's a really funny video.
I'll say, I will throw it out there that I do want the Eagles to win, but I do think the Chiefs will win this game.
That's fair.
So
Chase must be like, dude, 15 years ago, nobody even cared about us. Now the world is against us. It's like,
yeah, I'm cool with it, man. I
I'd be
helped
cool with it too.
I helped, or I paid a little bit of money into it wasn't even called GoFundMe at the time. I can't remember what it was called, but it was online where you donate money, where Chiefs fans donated to fire Scott Bioli and bench Matt Castle. I helped pay for that banner that flew around Arrowhead that day. So
I got it. I'm gonna be able to share it. Hold on, I'm gonna share my screen.
Wasn't he one of the ones that discovered Patrick Mahomes, or I read that story, or suggested they draft him or something like that?
Glenn Dorsey.
It was Glenn Dorsey. That's right.
Yeah.
I want to share it.
He helped with it. It was actually Brett Veach, who was just a scout at the time.
People like to give that credit to Andy. I'm pretty sure he doesn't sound out, but it was Glenn Dorsey. That's right. And Veach.
You guys ever seen this video? Now this is from 50. This is from 57, so it's not this, but it's really funny. Can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna play it.
Sandwich, baby! Definitely have some barbecue. Yo, I'm gonna light my dad on fire.
There's gonna be a lot of champagne for sure. You know, if we win, I'm gonna rob a Wawa. If we lose, I'm gonna napalm a Buffalo Wild Wings.
Win or lose, we'll still be. You know what I mean? I don't have any crazy plans, honestly. If we win, I'll probably light a school bus on fire. If we lose, I'll do the same thing.
My sister-in-law is having a bunch of people over, so we're gonna watch a big game there.
I might go to my buddy's house. He's having a watch party. They do this fun thing every year where he and his wife just bash their car in with golf clubs.
Go Birds, baby! Ooh!
They use this car every day. She drives this car to work every day, and we're gonna destroy it.
I'm probably just gonna shoot off some bottle rockets, and
I'm gonna beat the shit out of my 70-year-old next door neighbor. He's a Cowboys fan.
What are you gonna do if your team wins?
I don't disagree with that. That last one.
I love how they made every Chiefs fan like super vanilla. Like, yeah, I'm gonna.
That's the whole point of it. That's
I know.
the joke
It's
of
like,
it.
I'm
Like
gonna.
Chiefs fans are normal people. I'm gonna have barbecue. I'm gonna drink a couple brewskis. And the Eagles fans were, yeah, I'm gonna burn down a Wawa. Like that's the joke of the video. That's why it's funny.
There's actually, believe it or not, Chase, in Philadelphia, there's a Chiefs bar called Big Charlie Saloon. Rumor is that it's mafia, but it's a straight up Chiefs bar. It's been there for probably 30 years.
Charlie's was on the list when I was supposed to go to Mania last year. So
yeah, it's that's a definite Chiefs bar. And I remember watching that Super Bowl that year, or no, I watched the Super Bowl, the one they won, and they were partying down there. That was the first one they won where I saw it, and the whole little quadrant they were partying.
Yeah, against 49ers.
Yep.
Man, I was rooting for the Chiefs last year versus the 49ers. If you guys don't remember how much I hate it. And it's funny, right? Like I hated the 49ers, right? But when I was watching that game, I think part of me changed and I started rooting for the 49ers when like after that Dre Greenlaw injury. That shit broke my soul, man. Like watching that happen and seeing him pop his Achilles and then after you watch the video afterwards and see the way Fred Warner like the response he had to it. I'm telling you, man, it was heartbreaking watching that. And I would love to have a teammate like Fred Warner, like to have that guy, like the way he responded to that. It was a tough injury to watch.
Yeah, that was tough.
Guys, so what are your Super Bowl plans this year? What are you doing this year? Kyle, I'll start with you, brother.
I mean, it's usually the same thing. I kind of just stay home, watch with my dad, and obviously we talk about it as the game goes on, and then just keep it moving. That's kind of what I've been doing for like the last few years. So nothing crazy.
Okay, who do you watch the game with?
My dad.
Just you and your dad?
Yep. I mean, mom and sister will probably watch as well, but
love that, bro. Cherish those times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brett, what are you doing this year for the Super Bowl?
Kind of boring, but I actually have to work, but I'll have the game running on in the back where I'm working. So
Brett's got a match against Demolition for the WWE Tag Team titles. Road Warriors have to defend the belt.
Chase, what are you doing for this year for the Super Bowl? Anything new?
I got a brisket that I'm gonna wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to start smoking. Be here at the house with the wife and the kids. Just doing something small this year. Usually we'll go to like a Super Bowl party or with friends or whatever, but this year it'll just be my wife and kids and me.
Okay.
So.
Godfrey, what's your plan, Super Bowl?
I'm gonna find some wings somewhere. I usually watch with my brother and this one other guy. I kind of don't like he's there because he's that dude that's like, it's just a game if they lose. I hate those dudes. Like, go leave. Don't say it's
Get
just a game.
Fuck out. Get
You're
the
not.
fuck out.
Yeah, I can't stand that shit.
Accurate.
He's rooting for the team, and as they start losing, it's just a game. I'm like, go after yourself. All right. Like,
no, that's what, like, to be honest with you, to be completely honest with y'all, that's why I can't go to other people's houses anymore.
I know, dude. It's
Because
usually a small crowd for me, and I'm trying to petition him, get him moved. Maybe he gets drunk or something like early at halftime. That's perfect for me. But now bunch of my family are coming over, so I'm like, oh my god, man. Like, not going to be around my family. Just football. When it's this type of game, I kind of like to keep it small, and then I'll run to the streets and celebrate if they win. And but that's my plans. And by the way, if you sell wings and you charge for the first blue cheese, you're a piece of crap. That's all I'm gonna say. You know who you are out there, wing place. And I've dealt with this before. It happened to me at the NFC Championship game. You don't charge for the first blue cheese or ranch. That you're a damn communist if you do that. That's all I'm gonna say. America.
What wing places out there charging for
dude?
For
it's there. I'll name them on this podcast. Pine Hill Tavern in New Jersey. If you hear me,
man.
And you think it's gonna be gourmet blue cheese, like really good? Nah, man. It tasted like they squirted Ken's packet into a cup and served it.
Listen,
$1.
I don't want to throw this out there for you guys, but if the Eagles lose, that would be the first place I'd go burn down.
Jesus Christ.
No, I mean, I'm with you guys. Like, that, to be honest with you, that's why I don't go to people's houses. I mean, it would take somebody's girlfriend or wife or mom or mother-in-law to come in and be like, guys, it's just a game, and I'm gonna have to push grandma down the stairs. Like, no, it's not just a game, it's the Super Bowl. Like, what are you talking about, lady?
How many runs are they down by? What inning is this?
Chase,
why are you yelling at the TV, guys? The kids are trying to sleep, man. Them kids.
Why did you rip your shirt off?
Repeat, baby.
I'm gonna put this on the screen because I really don't believe this man believes me. John, I'm telling you, like you might not believe me, right? I was offered front row, 50-yard line, row 1 ticket to the NFC divisional round versus the Rams. And I said no. And the reason I hate going to football games is the same reason I will not go to anyone's house to watch the game. I cannot deal with morons. I can't do it. Now, he says, Gene got extra Super Bowl tickets. You're still going to deny going. I'm going to tell you something right now. Going to the Super Bowl was on my bucket list. Something I want to do. I want to be able to watch a Super Bowl, especially with the Eagles in it. But I'm not going to break the bank to go fly somewhere to watch a game at a weird angle when I can watch it on TV. Now, if you give me free tickets, airfare, hotel, accommodations, and let me go to the Super Bowl, yeah, I'm going to go to the Super Bowl. That's a game I will go to. It's a bucket list thing, but I'll tell you right now, I'd probably go to one. And if you gave me tickets to the next one, I might not go. You might think I'm nuts.
Shit.
Listen, I'm telling you.
If you give me free tickets, I'll fly down. I'll pay for the airfare.
I
Shit.
won't. I won't. If you said $200, I wouldn't do it. It sounds crazy. I'm telling you. It's just
I'd be on the plane like Eagles, let's go.
I enjoy watching the Philadelphia Eagles on TV with 3 or 4 of my friends that know football, that understand the game, that don't say anything stupid, with my bathroom 7 feet away, with food that I can grab out of my fridge or order or whatever. Like I can decide, I want wings today. I'm going to have wings. That's what I'm going to have. I don't pay any money for it. I watch it on my TV. I got instant replay. It's comfortable. It's what I choose to do. And I'll tell you right now, the people that drive me the most nuts at Super Bowl parties, I used to go to them, right? 4 or 5 years ago, I went to Super Bowl parties. The last Super Bowl party I went to was, who was playing? I think it was 2019. I don't know. It might have been like, if it was 2019, it might have been
Pats and Rams.
Pats Rams.
Yeah, if it was 2019, if it was 2020, it was Chiefs and 49ers.
The most boring Super
one
Bowl
or
of
the
all
other.
time. Pats and Rams.
It was Chiefs 49ers, or I think it was Chiefs 49ers. That's what I think it was. 2020, right before COVID hit. And I'm telling you right now, man, it was awful. It was brutal. People are bringing their wives. Their wives are coming over. Oh, the puppy bowl and the commercials are like this and that. Like, shut up. Like, they're asking me questions about like, oh, what do you think about The Rock? Like, during the game, like I can't do that. And then the worst fans. These are the worst people in the world. And every fan base has them. Don't deny your fan base doesn't have them, because I will call you out on it. I'm watching the game. I know the defense that the team is playing, right? Let's just say they're playing. I'll use an easy example. Let's just say they're playing cover 2 man, and the 2 outside corners have safety help. Okay? They're playing cover 2 man, and a guy gets over the top of, just say, Darius Slay, and the safety doesn't get over there on time, and it's his play. And then you hear a guy, Darius Slay just sucks. He just sucks. He's terrible. Like, it's cover 2. He's not supposed to be over the top. The safety is supposed to be there. But, like, you'll hear a guy that runs a 7.4 40, 7.4 seconds, 40, telling you that Darius Slay sucks at playing cornerback. Like, he didn't even make JV in football. And he's going to tell you a professional football player that was a former All-Pro sucks at football. Like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I went to the Eagles-Commanders game. I'm sorry. If you're listening, dude, I apologize. I'm not going to say the guy's name, but if he's listening, he'll know exactly who I am. I went to the Eagles-Commanders game with a couple guys at work. And this is just a fun story. I'll just tell the truth. The first drive of the game, the Eagles are driving down the ball, and they're in the red zone, and they get kind of stalled out. But before they get stalled out, the guy next to me, he goes, oh, did you see it? The Eagles are going to score. This is the first time they're going to score on their first drive all year. They haven't scored on a first drive all year. They're going to score now. And then, without a doubt, they get stuffed on second down, stuffed on third down, and missed the field goal. And I wanted to choke them. I literally wanted to choke them. I said, get away from me. Like, and then the question gets asked, what's wrong with Jake Elliott? I don't know. He's a professional kicker. He missed a kick. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he's got a hamstring. I don't know. And I get asked that question. And then I got another guy that's there who is a Giants fan that I convert. He's not a football fan. He's a Giants fan his whole life, but he got invited to go because he's really good at his job and his tickets given away by the company. And I'm like, you're converting to an Eagles fan. He's like, sure, I'll be an Eagles fan. Like, no idea what's going on. Who's that guy with the ball? It's a quarterback. Like I can't do that. Stop asking me dumb questions. Get away from me. Get away from me. I don't want to talk to you.
I can't be around division rival teams. I can't.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry. Like, if you're a Raiders or a Broncos fan, we will never be friends at all. because I will I'm sorry. Like, that's just how it is. Like, when you do something that is questionable, and I have to question you, man, why would somebody do something stupid like that? It's because you're a Broncos fan. It's because you are a Broncos fan who lives in Kansas City and you're stupid. That's why that is. Or you're a Raiders fan and you live in Kansas City. That's moronic. Get away from me. We're not friends. We'll never be cool. I will keep it cordial with you. That's it. When I walk from my cousin's lot, my cousin has been a season ticket holder for over 20 years in Kansas City. What happened was during a game one time, a guy was murdered because guys came out from the game in the middle of the game and they found him passed out drunk in their car. It didn't belong to him, and come to find out the guys that beat the shit out of him didn't even belong to them. Anyways, they murdered that guy. So Kansas City made a rule, said you can no longer tailgate in the parking lot after the game starts. When the game starts, you have to go in. So my cousin bought a piece of land across the street from the stadium. That's where I tailgate. That's where I park. I walk there to the stadium. If it's Raiders or Broncos and they're tailgating with Chiefs fans, guess what I'm doing? I'm looking with my nose up as I walk by them. Yo, man, you want some food? We got some extra. Nope, not from you. Not from you.
That's the way football should be, man. Don't. If you're a Cowboys fan, don't feed me. I don't want none of your food. Don't
We're
invite me.
not friends. Don't come over to my house.
Friends.
Don't you dare come over to my house wearing a Charles Woodson jersey. I don't care how great Charles Woodson was. Don't you ever come over to my house wearing a Raiders or a Broncos jersey. Because
Godfrey, I got the hookup for you. My man John Suggs. He's got an airplane ticket and a hotel to his company. 40-yard line, 115B, extra ticket. He's a Pats fan. He's still going. He'll sell you a ticket for $200. He says he's got the airfare and the hotel. I think he's asking me. And I'm telling you right now, John, no, I'm not. I'm getting, and by the way, we're talking about all-time stupid move by me. I make some bonehead moves in life. I make some very bonehead moves in life. You know what I scheduled for tomorrow morning? I'm getting a wisdom tooth removed. What kind of stupid moron does that 2 days before the Super Bowl? I'm getting a wisdom tooth removed tomorrow morning, 8:45 in the morning.
I would call and reschedule.
I'm not.
That would be yeah.
I honestly believe John. Message him. He'll give you the details. Godfrey, go down there. Enjoy it.
Now you got to put this on me. Wait, you're telling me airfare, hotel, and ticket?
$200. It's going for $2,800. That's what he said. Message him. I don't know. He's probably telling the truth. He sounds like a legit guy. John's a good dude. Outside the F both teams. Let's not do that. All right, bro. You're an Eagles fan for this Super Bowl. Relax.
So I got to tell you, my biggest fear about going to see Eagles in a Super Bowl is coming home if they lost.
Yeah. Why? No, same thing, Godfrey. My brother paid almost 10 grand to go to Miami to watch that Super Bowl against the 49ers. It was great for him. I was very happy for him. You know, once in a lifetime, we thought. I'd rather pay half that and go to WrestleMania. Because I'm not going home sad, whatever happens at WrestleMania. If I spend $1,000 to go watch the Chiefs game and the Chiefs lose, I'm leaving with something. I ain't leaving empty-handed. I'm leaving with something. I am not spending prime money to go watch my team lose. That's not going to happen.
Anyone in the chat can answer this question. Anyone in the chat. I'm going to ask the whole panel. Anyone in the chat can answer this question. Okay. What is your favorite Super Bowl memory ever? Now, I'm going to ask you that one question, and then I'm going to ask you, what is your favorite Super Bowl memory of a game in which your team was not playing in? So it's two answers, right? Don't say your team winning the Super Bowl. It's got to be a play. It's got to be a moment. It's got to be something of your team, because every one of us here has had a team win the Super Bowl. Packers have won. Patriots have won too many. The Chiefs have won too many. The Eagles have won. What is your favorite moment? And then your follow-up question will be, what is the favorite moment of watching a Super Bowl in which your team didn't play in? Because I just sprung this on you guys, I will go first. I don't want to just spring it on you guys and then expect you guys to think of one immediately. So for me, I'll start with my favorite moment of a game in which I was there, right? Or not there, but like the Eagles were there. And we talked about this earlier on the show, and everyone talks about the Philly special. But even when the Eagles connected with the Philly special, I still didn't know if we were going to win the football game. Just didn't. I didn't. I was still worried. Tom Brady, Patriots are going to come back. I've been an Eagles fan my whole life. They never won a Super Bowl. When they hit the Philly special, everyone's like going nuts like they've won the game. And guess what? The Patriots came back and took the lead in that football game. The moment to me was, and this is a guy that he shouted out wire to wire at our 100th episode. I've met him. I sold him phones at a Verizon store. He's one of the nicest human beings you'll ever meet in your life, and he's coming back to play in his last Super Bowl this year. Brandon Graham.
Yeah.
The Brandon Graham strip sack fumble is a moment that I just knew it at that moment. It took to that moment for me to know. And even then, there still was a chance that the Patriots threw a Hail Mary and they got in like a situation where they could tie the game. But when Brandon Graham got that strip sack fumble, I knew the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl. And I'm sitting next to my dad, and when he gets the strip sack and Derek Barnett picks it up, it was incredible. Now, I'm going to give you another moment in which this is a very gambler moment of mine. This is a moment of a Super Bowl I was not involved in. I had an absolute huge parlay, and the only thing I needed on the parlay was for the team that I picked to win the Super Bowl. They were winning the Super Bowl by, I think, 3 points at this moment. Bomb down the field, caught. First and goal, the team that's going up against the team I bet on. I got all this money on this team. I mean, it's like a $4,500 parlay. First and goal, they run for 6 yards. They get the ball to the 1 yard line. They got one of the best running backs in all football on their team. So I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to lose this money. Second and goal, they drop back to throw. And out of nowhere, Malcolm Butler jumps the route and intercepts the ball. And I'm flabbergasted. I'm like sitting here like, did I just win $4,500 on the worst play call in the history of the Super Bowl? Yes, I did. I hated that Seahawks team. I wasn't a Patriots fan, but I hated that Seahawks team. That Legion of Boom, Richard Sherman was one of my least favorite players. The amount of shit he talked, I hated that team. I actually rooted for the Patriots in that game. That was my favorite non-Eagles moment. Who wants to go next? It don't matter who it is.
I'll go. My favorite Eagles moment was the Philly special. Someone took that from me on a previous show, but I was just remember yelling like, "Oh my God, what are we doing right now? Why are we going for it?" And I definitely did not expect a reverse tight end, reverse whatever you want to call it, Philly special to Nick Foles in the end zone. I was like, "What is happening?" I was like, and at that moment, I was like, I thought we were a team of destiny at that point because I was like, did that just happen? I'm like, it just seemed like everything was going our way. So that's my favorite Eagles moment. My favorite Super Bowl, non-Eagles Super Bowl moment was also a betting moment for me. It was the Falcons versus the Patriots, and I had the Patriots winning by 3, and I had the over. It was not looking good for me for a while, and I was just like, "Is this happening? Are they coming back? Are they coming back?" And I also had a playoff fantasy league I was in, and I just happened to have Mr. James White starting at running back for me, who had 10 catches and 114 yards and a touchdown in that game. I couldn't believe what happened. I was like, well, that money is completely gone. I would, as an Eagles fan, I'm not going to lie, I was in a house full of Patriots fans, and we were all cheering together like it's our state team. I was like, yes, let's go Patriots. I'm not good. And we were high-fiving each other on that comeback. It was pretty cool because I was like, I hate your team, but I like this money I won. So that was my favorite Super Bowl moment. That was crazy too. That was another crazy game.
My favorite Chiefs one would be Jet Chip Wasp. That was the play that the Chiefs ran, and Tyreek Tyreek caught the ball, and then immediately right after that play, the momentum and everything, the energy you could just feel went completely. Like, we were losing by 10 points. As soon as it was third down, as soon as Patrick completed that play to Tyreek, I was like, there's a possibility like this could happen. And it did. Favorite non-Chiefs. Gosh, I have to talk about Super Bowl 36, the halftime show with U2. That shit, like, if y'all go back and watch that, like, and I'm not even like the most patriotic, I guess you could say, anymore. I mean, I am not, whatever. That's a different subject for a different time. Like, if y'all go back and watch that, like, I still get goosebumps watching that. That was awesome. Anytime the Broncos are in the Super Bowl, I saw somebody mention the Panthers and the Broncos when Cam wouldn't jump on the ball. Bro, I didn't watch that. It wouldn't play in my house. I'm not watching Peyton Manning win a Super Bowl. I did, however, watch Peyton Manning get obliterated by the Legion of Boom. That was dope. But yeah.
I'd say for me, my favorite Super Bowl moment from Green Bay is 3rd and 10 on the 25 against the Steelers, and Aaron Rodgers laces one to Greg Jennings, who holds on, even though Palomalu just blasts him. And that was just kind of led us to scoring a field goal and just eventually won us the game. A lot of it, that was huge. Steelers had scored a touchdown the drive before. My favorite, maybe non-Homer Super Bowl moment, probably the moment that kind of almost got me like into really hardcore football. So I was like a casual fan until I watched like the Steelers and Cardinals, and that Santonio Holmes catch in the corner of the end zone really just kind of sucked me in. So I will say a close second would be the Jermaine Kearse catch right before the Malcolm Butler interception.
I really wanted that for Fitz, that Super Bowl. I was mad that they lost. I really wanted that.
That Super Bowl made me respect Pittsburgh. I wasn't like a Pittsburgh fan. I wasn't fond of them. They were always like a team I was like, you know. And then that game just, yeah.
Bro, I want to read this to you just out loud so you can hear it. 4th quarter at Super Bowl. I just pulled it up because I remember how nuts it was. It was 20-7 Steelers going into the 4th. Okay? Larry Fitzgerald, 1-yard touchdown pass. Kurt Warner, 7 minutes left. Extra points. Good. Offensive holding in the end zone got them a safety, 20-16. Larry Fitzgerald, 64-yard pass from Kurt Warner with 2 minutes and 47 seconds left in the Super Bowl. The Cardinals go up 23-20. Santonio Holmes, 6-yard reception from Ben Roethlisberger on a 3rd and goal.
Such a good game.
It was a great game. 27-20.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, I'll just say, Godfrey, I was the same way. I wanted Fitzgerald to win so bad because he just seemed like a really good guy, and you know he deserved it. But for me, I guess the obvious one would be 20-3, but I actually go to the first one against the greatest show on turf. Like, you know, Patriots went into that kind of as like the unknown, like they weren't supposed to be there. But that team, I just love that team with Ty Law and those guys. And just watching Vinatieri kick it at the end for it to go through, and you know, like Antoine Smith and those guys just running off of the sideline and everything like that, like that did it for me as a Patriots fan.
Yeah,
especially
I was busy typing up that message while y'all were talking about Super Bowls.
Yeah, especially since you know I was old enough to like live through the rough years with the Patriots, so that was obviously the best for me. Non-Patriot Super Bowl, I'd have to say Titans Rams. The way that it ended with Derek Mason making that catch, stretching for the goal line and coming up just short. Like that game for me, I was on the edge of my seat just watching it. Obviously not as a fan of either team, but that was a really entertaining one for me.
Did you say Derek Mason?
I think it was Derek Mason.
I thought it was Kevin Dyson.
Oh.
I
want to find out now. Bro, as soon as you said that, I'm like, I went to Google. I'm like, bro, in my whole mind, it was been Kevin Dyson.
I mean, you could be right, but for some reason, the Derek Mason just automatically popped in my head. I thought it was Derek Mason.
I think it's Dyson, but
Kevin Dyson, 1 yard short.
Okay.
Bro, you had me.
I was
In my
confident.
mind, I'm like,
I was
my whole
confident
life, it
on
would have been
Durden.
like the Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Like, it's Kevin Dyson, no, my whole life. No way.
That was one for me.
I got another. I'm going to ask you guys, what foods are your, I know Chase is going to say brisket. What's your must have foods for a Super Bowl party?
Wings.
Yeah.
I second that.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer pulled pork over brisket. I'm making I've had this brisket in the freezer, and we were like, all right, this would be a good time to prop it out. So,
Prime rib.
I wings is the move, right? But I found a fun trivia question, and I will ask you all this question for the last 10 Super Bowls, and we're gonna see who does the best here. Okay, so the last 10 Super Bowls, I have one question from each Super Bowl. Now Chase is going to be the heavy favorite here because he's been in a lot of them. But what do you guys want me to ask everybody one question, or do you guys want to see who answers it first? Let's do everybody one question. That's fair. And we'll go back and forth, and we'll see first one to 4 wins, and I'll keep going backwards. We'll go all the way back to 2000 if we have to. Is that fair? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, so we'll go Godfrey, Chase, Brett, Kyle, and then we'll go Kyle, Brett, Chase, Godfrey. We'll do it like a snake. Is that fair? So, Godfrey, you're going to get the most recent Super Bowl, but you're also going to get the longest Super Bowl from now.
Okay.
All right, so here's the question. This is the last year's Super Bowl. Each year, it's going to have one question for the Super Bowl, okay? Super Bowl 58. Who caught the game-winning touchdown ending Super Bowl, ending the longest Super Bowl ever, Super Bowl 58?
Mecole Hardman.
That is correct. Mecole Hardman is the correct answer there. I don't even want to read this next one. I don't want to read it. What Super Bowl record did Jalen Hurts tie in a losing effort in Super Bowl 57? And I this is multiple choice. I'll read you the answers. Is that fair, Chase?
yeah, I like that. I
Okay.
like that.
Most rushing touchdowns, most rushing yards by a quarterback, most passing yards by a losing quarterback, or most touchdown passes by a losing quarterback. Which record did Jalen Hurts tie in a losing effort?
B, final choice.
You said
Final
rushing yards?
Yep.
It's incorrect.
Ooh.
Anybody want to help him?
Touchdowns.
That's it. Rushing touchdowns is the answer. That's Chase's question, so nobody else. But rushing touchdowns is the answer. He had 3.
Nice.
Okay. Super Bowl 56. You're up. This is Bengals versus Rams. You're up, Brett. Which one of these receivers finished the Super Bowl with 100 yards? Which one of these receivers finished this Super Bowl with 100 yards? Cooper Kupp, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, or Odell Beckham Jr.?
See, it wasn't Odell because he went out early. I think it was Cooper Kupp.
I got to double check the answer key because it says you're incorrect. So I want to double check to make sure. I'm going to pull up the Rams. I'm sure it's right, but I'd rather just make sure I get the right thing. Rams, Bengals, box score. It makes sense. The answer makes sense. I thought there was multiple.
While you check that, I got a hard out. I got to run, guys. But I want to say 38-20 Eagles, and we'll be crowning Nick Sirianni as a better coach than Dan Campbell. Got to be out of here.
All right, take care, brother.
Peace.
All right.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday.
Happy Super Bowl Sunday. Brad, that's the incorrect answer. The answer is T. Higgins.
Oh, okay.
He caught that big touchdown on the sideline. Cooper Kupp at 92 yards.
Don't like that.
All right, next one. Kyle, you're up.
All right.
This is kind of a shitty one. Who caught Tom Brady's final Super Bowl touchdown pass?
I'm actually really bad when it comes to
I'll give you the multiple choice.
Okay.
Rob Gronkowski, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, or Antonio Brown?
Okay, so that Super Bowl was he was in that Super Bowl with the
Bucks
Bucks.
Chiefs.
Bucks Chiefs, yeah. So it clearly wasn't. Ooh, was it Gronk?
Yeah, Gronk was on that team, wasn't
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
brought Gronk in like a little later. I don't think it was him. My initial guess would have been Evans.
Okay. It's incorrect. Does anybody want to tell him the right answer?
he? Chris Godwin.
That's incorrect.
What?
It was Gronk?
It's incorrect.
Oh,
Antonio Brown was there?
Brown.
Yeah, he started dragging Antonio Brown everywhere with him.
All right.
I didn't think Antonio Brown was in that Super Bowl. That's crazy.
So none of you three have a point yet. We're going to go in the next round. Might have to go first to 3 here. These questions are tough. I get it. What Super Bowl record did the Chiefs break during their 31-20 win over the 49ers in Super Bowl 54? It's a multiple choice question, Kyle. Are you ready?
Okay.
Double checking the answer, make sure I have it right. It's most passing yards, most third down conversions, most fourth down conversions, most fourth quarter points scored.
I'm gonna say most third down conversions.
Chase, tell them the record.
Most points scored in the fourth quarter.
That is correct.
Okay.
It's a tough one. I get it. Back to you, Guardy 3. The combined 16 points scored between the Patriots and the Rams made this the lowest scoring Super Bowl. How many plays were run in the red zone during this defensive slugfest? 0, 1, 2, or 3? That's crazy. That is insane.
I think the answer's 2.
I'm gonna double check. I think that you're off by 1, but let me just double check.
Yeah, because I know of one possession inside the 20.
The answer is 1 possession.
That was after the fade route to Gronk on the 3. I think that was the first play inside the red zone.
That's crazy. 1.
Back so soon?
I thought it was a hard out. It's a soft out.
All right, so who's up? Chase?
Me or Godfrey? Yeah.
Chase and then Godfrey.
Okay.
This is a wild. All right, whoever's microphone keeps banging on their microphone, can you please not do that every 5 seconds? Okay. I gotta get the answer. Just make sure I get the right answer. In defeat, Tom Brady set a Super Bowl record for most passing touchdowns or most passing yards. How many yards did he throw for? 495, 500, 505, or 515?
This was
Versus the Eagles.
Yep.
Right.
Give me the choices again.
It's 495, 500, 505, or 515.
515.
Anybody want to tell them the right answer?
505.
505.
It's C. 505 is the correct answer.
I saw all 3 of their heads shaking when they all said 505. I was like, damn, I got that one wrong.
All right, next one. Super Bowl 51. Down 28-3. Who's up? Godfrey. The Patriots. You already have one, so you can get your second one right here. The Patriots rallied to defeat the Falcons in overtime. Which Patriots player scored the Super Bowl's first overtime touchdown?
James White.
You didn't even need the multiple choice. That is
James
correct. All right. You have 2.
My grandma saw that play coming, and she wasn't even alive.
All right, this is yours, number 50. This is you also, Godfrey. You have 2-0. Von Miller took home MVP honors after forcing 2 fumbles of Cam Newton, in which the Broncos won 23-10. Miller also led the team in sacks. How many sacks did he collect?
I'm going to go with 3.
Hold on. I'll give you the 3. Is that your answer?
I get multiple choice. Give me multiple choice.
2, 2.5, 3, or 3.5?
I'm gonna go with 3.5.
The answer was, anybody want to help him?
2.5.
Yeah, that's what I was
Correct.
gonna say.
Son of a bitch.
All right, so you have 2. Chase, it's back to you, brother. Malcolm Butler came up with one of the biggest plays in Super Bowl history when he picked off Russell Wilson in the end zone with 26 seconds left. Which player was Wilson's intended receiver on the play? Doug Baldwin, Chris Matthews, Ricardo Lockett, Tyler Lockett.
Not Lockett. Baldwin. Doug Baldwin.
Hold on one second. I just got to make sure I got this right. What Super Bowl was that? 49 or 48?
That was 49.
It's tough because the answer key is below 49, so it's one below. Let me get the correct answer here. It says C is the correct answer. You said who?
Doug Baldwin?
No.
Ricardo Lockett.
That is correct. Ricardo Lockett is correct. It's crazy. Through the ball, Ricardo Lockett.
Ooh.
Super Bowl.
I think Baldwin was the one who was running like the rub route.
Yep. Super Bowl 48, Brett. While his team was blown out by the Seahawks, Demaryius Thomas set a Super Bowl single game record for receptions. How many passes did he catch? I'm going to give you the multiple choice. You ready?
Yeah.
Make sure I had the right answer. 11, 13, 15, or 17?
I want to say 13.
That is correct. My man Kyle's up. Along with catching a touchdown pass, Jacoby Jones returned a kickoff for a touchdown that stands as the longest play in Super Bowl history. How long was his return? 101, 103, 105, or 108? Give you 1 second, Kyle. I just want to double check I have the answer. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46.
I believe it is 108.
That is correct.
Finally got one.
So that was 47, right?
See, we're at
I got it. It's 47. I got it. That was the answer was D. So I'm just looking back the answer key. D. Got it. Okay, so next one I know the answer. I just want to make sure so I can read it and go. 46. This is back to you, Kyle.
Yep.
You can go for your second here. Eli Manning, following his team's 21-17 win over the Patriots, became the 5th player to win multiple Super Bowl MVP trophies. Which of these quarterbacks is not a member of that exclusive club? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Terry Bradshaw,
What was the last one?
Joe Montana.
Not to have multiple.
Super Bowl MVPs.
Let's see.
If you think about this, you can get this one. This is an easy one.
Yeah, because pretty sure. I feel like my first inclination was Bradshaw doesn't.
That's incorrect.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning. That's correct.
Yeah,
Peyton Manning
I figured
only won
Manning.
2 Super Bowls. He only won 2 Super Bowls, and then the second Super Bowl, Von Miller won.
That's right. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because his arm was shot by then. He couldn't do anything anyway.
All right, Brett, you're up. You have what do you have? 1 or 2?
1.
Okay, this is for your second. First of 4 wins. With a 31-25 win over the Steelers. Oh my God. The Packers joined the Giants and Washington as the only franchise to do which? Win multiple Super Bowls as an underdog, win the Super Bowl as a wild card team, win a Super Bowl with 3 different starting quarterbacks, or play in a Super Bowl with 3 different decades.
I'm going to go with
Come on, Brett.
play
You
in a
know
Super Bowl in 3 different decades.
Oh, Brett.
It was the wild
three
card
different-
one, isn't it?
Is it the 3 different quarterbacks?
3 different quarterbacks.
Oh.
Favre, and Rodgers.
The challenge is we've done like the decades, the wild card, and the quarterback. So I'm like, oh,
which kind of play in a Super Bowl in 3 different decades. They did though. I feel like that's kind of messed up though. They played in a Super Bowl in 3 different decades. Bart Starr played in a Super Bowl in 1 decade. Brett Favre played in a Super Bowl in another decade, and Aaron Rodgers played in a Super Bowl in another. Oh, is it because there's not a 10-year gap between Favre and? I don't know why that's not the correct answer.
oh,
Yeah,
I
I think it's trying to say consecutive decades.
Oh,
that's why I went with the decades. Okay, 3 consecutive. That would make sense.
yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
All right, it's on you now, Chase. During his team's 31-17 win over the Colts, Coach Sean Payton became the earliest coach in Super Bowl history to attempt what? A 2-point conversion, a fake punt?
Onside kick.
That's correct. That's your second, right?
Yes. No, that's my first.
All right, Godfrey, what do you have, 2 or 3? Godfrey,
Godfrey's dead, bro.
Oh, he left? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the
Yeah.
screen. All right,
He
back
died.
to you, Chase. By virtue of a 27-23 win over the Cardinals, Mike Tomlin became the youngest head coach to win a Super Bowl. This is terrible. How old was he? 35, 36, 37, or 38? That is such a ridiculous. I don't know that answer. I can give a guess.
I'm going to guess 35.
It's 36. That's so terrible.
36. Whatever. All right.
That is awful that you got that
Yeah,
question.
that's
I've known almost every answer except that one. I'm not kidding with you. I just double checked so I don't give the wrong answer.
Yeah. I mean,
Who's up? Brett?
Yeah.
Which color hoodie did Bill Belichick wear during his most infamous Super Bowl loss? Blue, gray, black, or red?
Kyle looks at me like he's gonna be disappointed if I get this wrong. I think it was a gray, wasn't it?
Kyle?
I mean, I was kind of thinking. I thought gray as well. Part of me said blue.
It's not. It's none of those. This is one of those ones where I remember it vividly. Chase, you want to take a shot?
no, I have no
It
idea.
was the Super Bowl in which you wore a red hoodie.
Okay.
I don't like that question, but I remember it vividly.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, back to back. You have 1 right now, or you have 2?
I have 1.
Okay. Get these 2, get to 3, and we'll have a shot to go for 4. For the first time in Super Bowl history, the game started with what? This is easy. Onside kick, touchdown on the first offensive play, a kickoff return for a touchdown, or a touchback. The Super Bowl 41.
Who's in 41? 41 was the.
If I give it to you, you'll know.
Yeah. Okay.
If I give it to you, you'll know.
Yeah. So let me think. 41.
I'll tell you right now, I won $1,800 on this play.
What were the choices again?
Onside kick, touchdown on the first offensive play, kick return for a touchdown, or a touchback.
Kick return for a touchdown, because in my head I'm thinking 41 was Colts Bears.
It was Devin
So
Hester.
Devin Hester.
Kick
Yep.
for a touchdown. That's your second. And then you ready for your second one? This is number 3.
Yep.
For his team, with his team ahead 7-3 to start the second half, Willie Parker extended the Steelers' lead after recording the longest run in Super Bowl history. How long was that run? I'm going to give you the multiple choices. You ready?
Yep.
65 yards, 75 yards, 80 yards, or 85 yards.
$65 yards.
That so close. No, 75 yards. It was right off a touchback.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which receiver famously caught 9 passes for 122 yards despite playing through a severely sprained ankle and a fractured fibia? Terrell Owens, Michael Irvin, Deion Branch, or Randy Moss?
Oh, that was T.O.
T.O. T.O. T.O. T.O.
Brett's got 3 now.
Brett's got 3.
Kyle's got 2. I got 1.
You got a chance to get 2 though in a row.
Let's do it.
All right, hold on. I got to get this answer key. It's pretty simple from where I'm at right now. I just want to get the next 3 letters. Okay, I got it. Wrap this up as soon as we're done. After a scoreless third quarter, the Panthers and Patriots exploded for a combined 37 points during the final quarter of the Patriots' 32-29 win. The scoring included the longest pass play in Super Bowl history. How long was it, and who were the quarterback-receiver combo? 85 yards, Delhomme to Steve Smith. 85 yards, Delhomme to Mushin Muhammad. 80 yards, Tom Brady to Deion Branch, or 85 yards, Tom Brady to Deion Branch?
80 yards, Tom Brady to Deion Branch.
No, sir. 85 yards, daylight come and me wanted Delhomme to Mushin Muhammad.
It's wild.
That game, yeah, it was a boring first half, and then the floodgates just opened. I remember that game really well.
I wanted the Panthers to win that game so bad because they had He Hate Me as their running back. I wanted them to win so bad because of that.
The Buccaneers picked off Rich Gannon a record of 5 times en route to a 48-21 Super Bowl. How many of those interceptions were returned for touchdowns? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Chase, this is still you.
Oh, God. Gene, you think I watched this Super Bowl? All I cared about was that they lost. I'm gonna go 1.
It's 3. Brett, you have 3, right?
2, unless you gave me the Packer one.
I'll give you the Packer one. End it here. In New England's 20-17 upset win over St. Louis, Tom Brady threw an 8-yard touchdown pass to David Patton. Besides being Brady's first Super Bowl touchdown pass, what else was significant about this play? It was the only touchdown pass allowed by the Rams that postseason. It gave the Patriots the lead for good. It was Patton's first career catch. It was Brady's first career postseason touchdown pass. I don't know this answer. I got to find it. What Super Bowl was that, Kyle?
34.
I got it. 36.
Oh, 36. My bad.
36. So we got to go back from 40 and I'll figure out the answer. You get time to think.
That's just tough. I doubt it was Brady's first touchdown or playoff pass.
I got it.
I'm going to guess that was Patton's first touchdown catch.
Kyle, do you know this? I'll give you a point if you know this.
I know they didn't take the lead for good. I know that one. I believe it wasn't Brady's. What were the other 2 options?
It was Brady's first career touchdown pass. That's crazy. Kyle, you have 2, right?
Yes.
Get these 2, you win.
Okay.
In what was otherwise a boring game, 34-7 win by the Ravens, 3 touchdowns were scored in a record of 36 seconds. How were these touchdowns scored? A pick 6 with back-to-back kickoff returns, a pass, back-to-back kickoff returns, a punt return, a kick return, and a pass, or 3 kickoff returns. Oh, my God. I remember this.
Of course, I get a Ravens Super Bowl question.
This is, oh, my God. I wish I could give you this answer. I remember.
Gosh. What was the third option again?
A punt return, a kick return, and a pass.
For some reason, that one stood out to me. I'll go with that one.
It was a pick 6 and then back off kick return. It was wild.
Okay.
All right, get this one and you can tie Brett. After leading for the most of the game, the Rams had to hang on after Titans receiver Kevin Dyson was tackled 1 yard short of the end zone on the final play. Which, oh God, this is such a tough answer. Which player tackled Dyson?
I knew this. That's where this question was going as you were reading
London
it.
Fletcher, Todd Light, Kevin Carter, or Mike Jones?
Who?
London Fletcher, Todd Light, Kevin Carter, or Mike Jones?
Who? Sorry. It's a habit. It's a bad habit.
I get it.
I can picture the play. I'm gonna go London Fletcher.
It's Mike Jones. Brett for the win. This Hall of Fame quarterback rode off into the sunset after winning MVP honors in his team's 34-19 win in Super Bowl 33.
Puke. Disgusting.
He just gave it away.
Yeah, that's the biggest hint right there.
Do you need the quarterbacks, Brett?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Don't, Brett.
Brett Favre, Steve Young, John Elway, Troy Aikman.
What's in Brett Favre? I don't.
Are you just delaying this to fuck with Chase?
No, I genuinely am blanking right now. It wasn't Elway. Who are the last two options?
Steve Young and Troy Aikman. It's Favre, Young, Elway, Aikman.
I'm gonna go with Steve Young.
It was Elway.
It's old horse lips.
Oh, it was Elway. I genuinely didn't think that was Elway. I didn't think Elway was still playing then.
I'm done. I'm gonna give you guys a question, and the first one that gets it right is gonna win. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Come on, we gotta end the show.
This is it, baby. This is my
We're
redemption story.
Super Bowl 30. I'm just gonna go to 30. Which defender made history by becoming the first player to return from reconstructive knee surgery during the same season he played in the Super Bowl after suffering the injury in Week 1?
Reggie White.
No.
Champ Bailey.
No. I'll give you that multiple choice, and whoever gets it first wins. Charles Haley, Darren Woodson, Larry Brown, Rod Woodson.
Was it Charles Haley?
Rod Woodson's correct.
Damn.
All right, guys, we got to wrap up. It's been fun. Let's give our Super Bowl scores and predictions for the game. Oh, just give a score. Who wins the game? We already talked about who we think's going to win. Let's give our score. I gave mine earlier, 29-13 Philadelphia Eagles. Chase gave his earlier, 42-35 Kansas City Chiefs. Brett, give me yours.
Give me Chiefs 23-21.
Okay. And I hope Jake Elliott doesn't miss a field goal to win. I'll lose my mind. Kyle?
Only because I believe over-under is like 49.5.
48.5.
Okay. Well, I have it 26-23 Eagles.
Okay.
God, wouldn't that be amazing? Leo Chanel blocks another fucking field goal or a PAT. God, that would just
I would lose my mind, just to be clear.
I'd cry. I would cry. Violence and physicality.
Thank you guys for tuning in to our Super Bowl tailgate. I'm the NFL genius, Gene Walzak. Make sure you tune in to N1 Podcast. Is it tonight?
It is tonight.
N1 Podcast tonight, 9 p.m., 8 p.m. Central with my man Garden the 2. He's Garden the 3. Check out Chomping at the Bit and Integrity Sports Network with Kyle Edwards and Screw Chase and CR Media.